Okay, isn't that cool? And this is all going out in a press release. I mean, it is all official, signed off at that level, okay? And so welcome to stage, our friend, your future, taking us to the next level of products, Mr. Max Stock, CEO of Signum Biotechnology.
Hey.
They're all yours.
Thanks. How's it going, everybody? Thanks, Jeff, for such a great introduction. Thanks, everybody. This is actually my third event. I was at St. Louis and I was in Long Beach checking all you guys out. And I met so many of you and heard all your stories and was so impressed with what you guys are trying to do. We're one and the same. I'm an entrepreneur, and all you guys are entrepreneurs. And I'm nervous here today. I haven't been in front of this many people, so bear with me. But you guys are an impressive group of people, and it was because of you that Signum and our board of directors and Princeton University decided to partner with you guys. We couldn't ask for a greater group of people to sell our products. It's a dream for a scientist to work on the bench and actually see their product make it to people and change people's lives. And what I'm going to talk about today is going to change your life. So a brief history of Signum. As Jeff mentioned, Princeton University is an amazing institution. It's been around since the 1700s. You've all heard of George Washington attacking the British. It's been in the United States for hundreds of years, and it's filled with amazing scientists, amazing people that do world-class research. And my father has been a professor at Princeton for over 30 years. I was about 10 years old when he joined the faculty at Princeton, and it was a big deal. It was a big deal in our family, and it was a big deal for him. And so it's not just him that is working on this technology that you guys are getting a hold of. It's the whole faculty. It's a very communal group. Everybody works together. So a really impressive group of people that have developed this technology. So Princeton University is where our technology comes from. We worked at Princeton before Signum was formed, developing this technology and getting patents on this technology, which you guys are all aware of, how important patents are. It gives you an exclusive right to this technology. No one else can have this except you people. So at Signum, we were formed in 2003, and we developed technologies in neurobiology, neurology, and dermatology. So that's the two areas that we focus on. And then we spun out two different companies, Signum Dermalogics and Signum Nutralogics. In Signum Dermalogics, we develop skincare products. And in Signum Nutralogics, we develop nutritional supplements focused on brain health. So as you guys are all aware, the brain is important, obviously. That's the CPU of your body. You can't be healthy unless you have a healthy brain. So that's the most important organ in your body. And brain and skin, you might ask, well, what's the similarities between brain and skin? Well, they're the most similar organs in the body. Brain is a very fatty organ. Your skin's a very fatty organ. Your skin is connected to the brain. It's how you feel. It's how you sense. If you really want to get a sense of your brain health, look at your skin, and you'll get a good idea of it. So some of the similarities, they've actually been able to take a skin cell and turn it into a brain cell. So the mechanisms of aging behind skin and brain are identical. The senescence, the aging of these cells are identical. So that's one of the reasons why we focused on these two organs. So what we're dedicated to at Signum is developing products to treat anti-aging, to address anti-aging. Anti-aging of the skin, anti-aging of the mind. And they have similar mechanisms that are involved. Chronic inflammation, oxidative stress, DNA damage. And what we develop are anti-inflammatory molecules, antioxidant molecules, as well as molecules that modulate cell signaling. And you might ask yourself, what's cell signaling? Well, so if you think of a cell, just think of a balloon with the membrane on the outside. On the inside are all these various components that are all interacting with each other. Super complex, millions and millions of different interactions. And so when the cell gets a stimulus from the outside, whether it be oxidative stress, free radicals, what happens is it sends a signal inside the cell, and you have these signaling pathways. And so what we developed, and what my father, Dr. Stock, developed, and what he's studied for over 30 years, are how to modulate these signaling pathways that go awry as you age. And so that's what we've done at Signum Biosciences, and that's what we've exclusively licensed to Nerium. So these are the two patents. These are foundational patents. These are composition of matter patents. It's the strongest patent you can have. These are global patents. And these patents have been licensed from Princeton University and exclusively licensed to Signum. So Signum has an exclusive partnership with Princeton. They own the rights. They own these patents, but we have the exclusive rights to them. And through Nerium, we are going to commercialize these two technologies via you guys. So you might ask yourself, I've said some of the things before, but why Nerium? So in my interactions with Jeff Olson, as well as the whole Nerium team, which I might say are an impressive group of people, they get the job done. And Jeff Olson's a real guy. I've partnered with very large companies, big global companies. We've partnered with the like of GlaxoSmithKline. We've developed a technology for Elizabeth Arden that's in their Provage product. I don't know if you're familiar with that. Sells for over $200. I've never dealt with anybody like Jeff Olson. He's a straight shooter guy. Amazing guy. And when I first came and interacted, everybody said that. And then when I actually spent time with him, I really saw that. I saw that. So that was a big part of the reason why Signum partnered with Nerium International. And the commitment to science is really shown by Jeff partnering with Signum. We're all about science. That's what we do. That's what we've dedicated our life to, is developing technology to change people's lives. So another key component of Nerium is that they get products to people that are affordable. We really wanted our technology to be accessible to everyone, to the whole world, and that no other vehicle is going to be able to do that the way Nerium International is going to be able to do that. And another key component was that we have similar core values at Signum and Nerium. I started this company with my father. I grew up in my father's lab. Some of my earliest memories are helping him with experiments and growing up around science. Very similar to Jeff and Amber, and was very interesting to see a similar relationship, and Amber growing up with exposed to that marketing. It was refreshing to see that. We don't really see that ever. So there was some real alignments between the two cultures that really made the whole relationship work. I was actually able to spend a couple days with Jeff in his home, and had my son with me, and it was an amazing experience. I really saw a real guy that really wanted to change the world, that really wanted to bring great technology to everyone. So I'll get into the product, and today I'm going to talk about the product that's focused on the brain. And tomorrow I'm going to talk about our skincare product, which is amazing. It's the most cutting-edge skincare product in the world, hands down. And we've worked for over 30 years developing these mechanisms so that we could develop a product like the ones that we have. So tomorrow I'll talk about the skincare product, and my father is actually going to join us tomorrow, so you all get a chance to meet him. And hopefully you can meet him as you're at the hotel and you're hanging around. Would be really happy to meet all of you, and maybe I'll see some of you that I've met already at the couple other meetings and heard your amazing stories. So the problem is aging of the brain. It's as I mentioned before, the brain is the most important organ that you have. If you don't have your brain, you don't have happiness, you don't have health, you're in a terrible situation. So we all want to protect our brain. And what happens on the left here, you see all these kind of technical terms in terms of loss of neural circuits, decreasing gray matter, which is the important part of your brain, age-related neuronal morphology, whatever the heck that is, right? So your neurons change shape and become dysfunctional, and you get a real increase in oxidative stress as you age. And aging starts very young. It's not for older people as it starts at a very young age. And then you also get DNA damage. And some of the things that happen when these things happen are you get memory loss, you get reduced balance, so you're not as sure of yourself, you lose your motor function, as well as you get increased inflammation. Here's a great schematic. The two big contributing factors to brain aging is oxidative stress and inflammation. I'm sure you guys all have heard of those two things. And what happens is you can get mood changes, you become depressed, you can get memory loss, and you lose your ability to have a really great movement. I mean, one of the great tests of brain health and how vital your brain health is how quickly you can get up from sitting on the ground. It's an amazing way to actually tell the health of your brain, how quickly you can get up. Because it's your brain that's telling you to get up off the floor, right? How well your brain tells your muscles what to do. So this product is for everyone. And so as people are becoming more and more aware of brain health, it's a growing market. And you've seen recently over the past 5, 10 years, I don't know if you've realized, but the awareness of this as a problem is becoming acute. And you see this through these types of products that are out there. And none of these products have the science that's behind our product. None of them. And they not only don't have the science, they don't have the patents. So these markets are huge, and they're growing exponentially. People are going to become more and more aware of their brain health. It's a new paradigm that humanity is recognizing as being very important. And so now the discovery, I'm going to talk about the science behind it. And the product that we're introducing to you all, it's called EHT. EHT. And EHT is a molecule found in coffee, echinocyol hydroxytryptamide, very complicated name. You see the structure there. It's an actual molecule. So what we were able to do is so through a process, we discovered at Princeton University, my father discovered a specific protein that regulates neuronal function. And we were able to take that protein and purify it from brain, and then put it in a test tube, and then screen all kinds of different things to see what activated that protein. And instead of going the traditional chemical, like drug route, we thought that we'd go after things, foods and everyday things that have cognitive enhancing function. We screened a number of different botanicals from all over the world that had epidemiological evidence showing that they enhance cognition. And one of the things that we screened was coffee. Everybody knows coffee, right? Everybody knows coffee. We all love coffee. Humans love coffee, right? Well, there's a reason why humanity loves coffee. Coffee is the second most traded commodity besides oil. Wow, right? So there's a reason humanity loves coffee, right? It's because it's key for brain health, key. So we chose coffee for obvious reasons. Everybody takes it, there's a reason why. And so what we did, it took us about 3 years. We took coffee and we separated coffee out into all its various components, and then screened each one of those components through our screen. And eventually, we discovered this molecule. So it was a big discovery. It was a big discovery. And it's not caffeine. This is not caffeine. That's what everybody kind of thinks about coffee, but that's not the beneficial component. So then what we were able to do is then we developed an extraction process to have a refined, highly enriched coffee extract for this molecule. And that's what EHT is, in essence. And again, we have a global patent, composition of matter, from Princeton University on EHT for better brain health. That's amazing. And so, my next slides, I'll get into, it's pretty technical, so bear with me, but it's an important message, and I'm going to try to tell it in a way that all of you can tell it to your friends and family, which I think is key. So here's a schematic of a brain inside a person. And inside that brain, a brain is made up of neurons. And these neurons, inside these neurons, are these signal transduction pathways that I mentioned. And specifically, there's these things called microtubules. These microtubules are like train tracks inside a cell. And they're responsible for transporting food and messages and vital cargo throughout the neuron. And so what happens as you age are these neurons, these microtubules, start to break apart. And what holds these microtubules together is a protein called tau. And you might have heard of tau. Everybody remember Junior Seau killing himself, and they looked at his brain. The brain, all his microtubules were all disassociated, and he had neurofibrillary tangles everywhere. And so these microtubules and this protein tau are essential for microtubules to be stable. And so what EHT does, it affects tau in such a way that it stabilizes these microtubules. And that's what this schematic is. And so when microtubules start to break apart and form these neurofibrillary tangles, which happens in all of us as we age, it's happening. There's no, everybody ages. But you want to fight against that as much as you can in whatever way that you can, not only through exercise and diet and health, but also through taking products that enhance brain health like EHT. So here is an actual electron microscope image of tau, so of these microtubules. And you'll see in the one square, you can see that tangles are forming and these microtubules are disintegrating. I mean, this is all accepted science. This is all, go type tau into Google. you'll see it all. It's all there. It's the major hallmark of brain aging and dementia. It's all there for you to see. So here's an actual image of this going on, which is pretty impactful. And so here is the protein that regulates tau. When I mentioned you before that we isolated a protein from brain and used it to screen things, this is the actual protein, PP2A, protein phosphatase 2A. It's a complex protein, and these proteins are inside your cell, inside your neurons, and they're bouncing around and interacting with all the other components of your brain, and they actually are responsible for keeping tau and microtubules stable. And so what EHT does is it directly interacts with this protein to keep it in its active state, so it keeps tau and microtubules stable. So that's the basic foundation behind the science behind EHT. Pretty simple story. It's a pretty simple story. And here's a schematic of that. So you see EHT activates PP2A, and you can see on the left the microtubule where PP2A is actually snipping off pieces of making tau more stable. And then you have that stable microtubule, and you can see a stable microtubule leads to a stable, healthy neuron. You're able to maintain your brain health. And what happens when a microtubule becomes unstable and starts to disassociate, your axon will actually disconnect. And that's how you lose a memory, right? Your memories are all the connections of all your neurons. That's how your brain works. And so what happens when you stabilize those microtubules is you keep those connections, and you fight aging as best you can. So we've published this data. So we've published in journals like the Neurobiology of Aging. It's a major publication, top-notch scientific journal. This is all accepted science. We've published in Journal of Neurotherapeutics, as well as the Journal of Neurosciences, one of the biggest, best neuroscience papers there are. And we've also presented this material in a number of different international meetings. And we've actually been selected to give a talk on this science, on EHT, on this product, at the big international conference on neurobiology in Washington, D.C. in April. So this is all real science. So, and also at Signum, we just haven't developed this alone. We've worked with Princeton and obviously Dr. Stock, but we've also done work with Duke and Columbia right now. We actually have an active research project going on with a researcher at Columbia. We're working to develop a more potent type of product for warfighters. Concussions are a big problem in the Army. I'm sure you guys have all heard about concussive blasts and the problems that they cause. So we're working with a researcher at Columbia, as well as Rutgers. We were actually funded over $600,000 in grant support from the Michael J. Fox Foundation to develop this technology, as well as the National Institutes of Health. So you can see the top scientists in the world, they like this technology. They love our mechanism. It's a real mechanism. It's real science, and it's a real product. So some of the benefits from this is just to wrap things up here. I'm sure you guys will have lots of questions, and hopefully I'll be able to meet you all, as many of you as I can, and answer whatever questions I can. And I'll continue to be involved in Nerium and give talks as much as I can to everyone, and try to educate you all on how to talk about this product and how to convince people that this is such a great product, and this product will change your life. It'll change your family's life and your friend's life. And here are some of the benefits, some of the claims that you can make, some of the actual claims that you can make. Improve memory and recall, focus, promotes better cognitive health. So these are amazing claims, and it's an amazing product, and I just can't say enough good things about it. And it's a real honor for me to be here and to talk to everyone here and to be a part of this Nerium team. I just want to thank everybody for this opportunity for Signum. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.
See you, buddy. Okay. Can you guys put that last slide back up? Can you put the last slide back up? Okay, who doesn't want to improve their memory and recall? Think about it. Again, you guys, you need to understand something. This is Princeton's best shot at it. You don't need to think about it. This will help. I didn't tell you to take the slide down. Put the slide back up, please. Okay. No, it's behind me. Okay. But the point I'm trying to get across here is, I understand anything he talked about. And he says, I'm going to give it to you so you can explain it. No way. Okay? What I am going to tell you is going to blow your mind is when you use it. It has totally changed Mark Smith, Mr. ADD. Totally. Okay? It will change. I guarantee you, this is, again, you don't have to question, you don't have to think about it. This is Princeton University, 30 years, their best shot at it. That's all you need to know. Somebody says, what is it? It's Princeton University's best shot at it. How does it work? It's Princeton University's best shot at it, okay? Is it any good? It's Princeton University's best shot at it, okay? Take it, dummy, okay? I mean, don't get caught up in it. You don't need to figure it out. You don't need to figure it out. I mean, I'm going to take it just in case it proves my memory. Or I'm reading these down here. I'm going to take it just in case it increases my mental alertness, right? I'm going to take it just in case it protects, supports neural networking, whatever the heck that is. Just because I want to make sure my neuronals are networking. Okay, whatever that means. It must be important because Princeton University has been working on it for 30 years, dummy. Okay? Promotes better cognitive function and overall brain health. I'm in. You understand, your brain, without the brain, nothing else matters, right? It's everything. We did do one thing to you. We just gave you the same problem you had with Nerium AD. A lot of things you can't say. We'll talk about that later on. Because all those things you can't say, it does. Okay. But we got to stay. We got to stay in the supplement category, right? So you can go to the world as a supplement that improves your memory, improves your focus and attention, your whatever that's neural networking, cognitive function, overall brain health, boosts the body's immune system. Everybody at Signum is, what's those that crazy people doing that? CrossFit freaks. Every time I call them this morning to talk to me, it's just leaving CrossFit. And they're weird, okay? And so, but I'll tell you what, for you people, I work out, it's pretty cool what it does on the recovery on the workout side, okay? It's pretty cool. It fortifies and strengthens natural brain function, enhances the body natural energy stores. I mean, people, this is Princeton saying this, not me, Princeton, 30 years. So goes the brain, so goes your attitude, so goes your energy, so goes your health, so goes your organs, so goes your life, okay? And the number one category in direct sales is skin, and we got into a very competitive category, and we come in here, you know, taking over. People, we just walked into a category that's huge, and there's nobody there, okay? It's us. And all those other products you saw, they don't have what we have here. They don't, okay? They show there's a need, and they show there's marketeers willing to put together some things like vitamin D and things like that that does promote brain health and use the claims you can get when you put vitamin D into something, but they don't have EHT, okay? And so here's how this is going to work. And we're going to be doing this more because as we go around the world, there'll be, as we bring products in, there'll be some products very rarely that hit the entire footprint of the world, okay? You understand the word I'm saying, world? It's the worst word. I can't say world. Planet, Earth, globe, world, okay? And so, and EHT hasn't fixed it, okay? And so, but very rarely will one land there. Now, one thing we have done is our goal is to get Nerium AD to someday be there, but we're a pioneer there. Optimira pretty much has, we went and we did design a global footprint and a product that works the same as Nerium AD. Works differently, but same. Tomorrow when he comes back, he's going to talk about a thing that they spent decades on, okay, on skincare. You understand, they were researching anti-aging of the mind when they found this anti-aging of the skin product. You heard what he said. They put the go-to ingredient in Provage. Who's here bought Provage? You suckers. I mean, really, $300 is really beautiful. It must make me pretty. Okay, but no, but here's what I'm saying. It works, okay? But these are the guys that put the active ingredient in it. That's these guys, okay? And they don't any longer do anything for those guys. We are their exclusive marketing people, okay? All those other relationships are shut down.